For the best enchiladas you've ever eaten, we're going to start with 2 tablespoons of melted butter. And to that 2 tablespoons of melted butter, we're going to add our bell peppers first. This is just one medium-sized bell pepper cut up pretty small. You know, it takes a little bit longer to get soft than the onion does, so I just added it first. And we're going to saute them around. And you'll notice over there I have a boiler of chicken that we're boiling to get tender. Now I have added my onion. I'm just going to stir it, get it translucent soft. There it is, looking good. Now we're going to get our chicken stirred up and we're going to add it to the pot, to the chicken. Now we're adding it to the chicken. I'm going to get it all added. And now we're going to put in 2 more tablespoons of chicken. Butter. 2 more tablespoons of butter because we're going to start making our sauce. But to the chicken over there with the onions and peppers in it, we're going to add a can of green chilies. It doesn't make it hot. It just gives it a good flavor. And then once we get those added, we're going to mix that up real good and just move it back on the back burner. It's already turned off, guys. It's not cooking anymore. We just boiled the chicken to get it soft enough to shred. And then we're just going to mix that up really good. Get it all incorporated so there's green chilies, peppers, and onions in it all. Now we're going to get back to our sauce. Our butter is melting. To that butter, we're adding a 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour. To that, we're adding a teaspoon of sugar, salt. Guys, salt. I can't even talk. Teaspoon of salt, but salt it to taste. Now, to that, we're adding 1 teaspoon of coriander. That is a must for the flavor of the enchiladas. Then we're adding 2 cups of chicken broth where we boiled our chicken. I keep looking because I had a little more than 2 cups. So I wanted to make sure I got all 2 cups in there. And then we're just going to keep stirring it around. We'll get a whisk out in just a minute so that we can get rid of any lumps or any of that and just have some creamy, smooth sauce. Now I'll get my whisk. We just want that sauce to thicken, guys. That's all we're trying to do is thicken it. Once it gets sort of thick, you'll see we're fixing to cut the fire off, and then we move it off that eye. You want all your heat to be gone for this next step. Now we're going to add 8 ounces of sour cream. And that's a 16-ounce container, so I just added 1/2 of it. Eight ounces is 1 cup, 1 cup of sour cream. And then we're going to add 1/2 cup of mozzarella cheese, you'll see in just a minute. Monterey Jack cheese, man. Monterey Jack cheese, guys, sorry. Then you're just going to mix that in until it gets good and melted. Now it's good and melted and ready. We're going to put a 1/2 cup into our chicken mixture back there. I used 2 scoops because I didn't get a whole thing either time. Then we're just going to mix that, incorporate it in real good so all your chicken and everything's covered in a little bit of sauce back there. And then comes the messy part. of these chicken enchiladas, but I'm going to say it for the first time, and I'll probably say it again. It is so worth it, even the mess, because they are so delicious. Now, I've sprayed that pan already. I didn't do that on camera. Now I'm going to dip just a little bit of the sauce in there. And spread it all around. This just keeps your enchiladas from sticking on the bottom. See, I put very little. Okay. Now, the messy part, the good part. And guys, you just have to overlook the mess, because I don't know that there's any way to make these without some mess. You could put gloves on your hands, but I was cooking for family, so I didn't worry about that. I know somebody's going to tell me I should have put gloves on, but that's okay. My family didn't die, and they didn't mind. And you just dip both sides of the tortilla in the sauce, and then we're going to put 1/3 cup of the chicken mixture in each rolled, or in each tortilla, and we just roll it up. I didn't spread that out, but normally I spread it out from side to side. Now this one I'm going to do with my hands, so here comes the really messy part, but oh, it's so good. It's so good. I just felt like I could handle it better with my hands. But that sauce is a little warm, so, you know, whichever you decide. I was afraid I'd tear it really bad with the tongs. Now here comes my 1/3 cup of chicken, and yes, I'm going to pick up that measuring cup with my hands all messy. I'm telling you, you just have to overlook the mess till you get it made. Now, see, I spread my chicken out a little bit that time. And just roll them up. Now I'm going to finish rolling them all up, and then we'll be back with the next steps. Okay, I'm going to have to thin. I told you sometimes save your chicken broth, because you have to thin your sauce. We're thinning it. All I did was put a little bit of that chicken sauce broth in there, and then just stirred it up, and we still dip the tortillas in just like we did before. This is the second batch that I'm rolling up. Now you just take your leftover sauce and you put it all over the enchiladas. Guys, I'm telling you, this stuff is so good. It's worth the mess. It's worth getting your hands a little messy. Now I'm going to put Monterey Jack cheese all over the top of them. Both pans. We do have 2 pans. We wound up with 12 enchiladas. And don't get your sauce too thick, guys, because if you get it real thick, you're going to run out of sauce like I did. So don't get it too thick before you cut your fire off and add your sour cream and your cheese, okay? Now we're going to put these in a 350-degree oven. It takes about 45 minutes, and there's the finished product. It is so delicious. To be honest, everything in it's done. You're really just kind of marrying it together and melting your cheese. So I guess you could take it out after the cheese is melted. So probably about 25 minutes. But you'll see the finished end here in just a minute. And I'm telling you, this is the best ever. It's making my mouth water. There you go. Y'all like and follow for more.